Goldenberg here, RVBusiness magazine with Jennifer Mercer, Director of Development. Do I have the title right?
You do.
For Care Camps, a charity with which many people in this industry are familiar. But we're here really in the Hall of Fame in Elkhart, Indiana, at the RVMH Hall of Fame to help make them more familiar with care camps. So if you would tell me, how is it that care camps comes into play with the recreation vehicle industry the way it does? It's an unusual, I don't want to call it partnership, but affiliation, an alliance. Let's try that word.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, Care Camps obviously started out as a charity that was founded by KOA campground owners. And the KOA Corporation came behind Care Camps in a very large way over the last 15 or 20 years, and KOA is still the largest donor for our charity. But the number of children that need our help was growing faster than KOA could possibly keep up with as one company. And the leadership at KOA, including the amazing Toby, said this cause is bigger than any one company. This is about the kids, and this needs to become the entire RV and outdoor industry charity. The camping industry charity. And so with KOA's help, we started reaching out to some of the amazing companies in the RV industry, and this has truly become the entire camping industry charity. We're helping more and more kids because of the assistance of partners in the RV and camping industry.
The mission of Care Camps in a nutshell is what?
So Care Camps helps children battling cancer and their families experience the healing power of the outdoors. We fund at least 135 special oncology camps serving every single community in the US and Canada. So no matter where a company is based, no matter where their customers are living, we're helping kids in every one of those communities.
You don't own the camps, you operate through a network of independent camps.
Correct. So our job is to provide funding to make sure that this experience, every child has this opportunity without any cost to their families. They're going through enough.
I'm looking at what amounts to a yearbook 2020-21 impact report, and I see a pretty impressive list of players, of companies in this industry that have firmed up donor situations with Care Camps. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we've been blessed with some amazing partnerships and many more companies that we would love to have on board. Thor was the very first partner that came on board as an RV company, and they're still a supporter to this day. Forest River is actually now our second largest donor behind KOA. They made an amazing commitment to Care Camps to make a donation for every single RV trailer boat that they manufacture. They're actually making a donation. Patrick Industries is one of our newest partners. They have been so wonderful to work with as well, absolutely. Just like KOA and Forest River, their heart for the cause, it's amazing to see how much their leadership, truly, it's not about recognition, it's about helping these kids, and they're so passionate about it. Lippert has recently come on board, which is a new addition to our team, which has been phenomenal. We've really just been blessed with the partnership. Winnebago has been a part of it, Dometic has been a part of it. We have many players in the industry that have stepped up and been a part of this cause. And because of that, we're helping more kids. We still have a long ways to go, guys, but we're helping more kids than we ever have before.
Kids that in some way, shape, or form are dealing with cancer basically go to this camp with other kids in similar straits for a week in the summer. Is that the deal?
Correct. And many of our camps are doing additional services. So these specialized oncology camps help kids going through the worst possible experience imaginable. I mean, most of us adults can't fathom what a cancer diagnosis does to our, the fears that come up, all of the plans for your future. These kids are 8 years old and they don't know if they're going to live tomorrow. They don't know what's going to happen to them. They're watching their families fall apart, and that to me is the hardest part, is the damage that this does to the entire family. We see approximately 90% of our parents end up divorced as a result of their child's cancer diagnosis. So you know that this truly is an emotional bomb going off for the whole family. And so what Care Camps does is offer them the emotional support they need to overcome the fear and the anger and the sadness and depression. Many of these kids tell us before Care Camps they were ready to commit suicide. They say that camp actually saved their life, and they mean it. It's not just a placation. Care Camps is a bit like a Make-A-Wish experience for these kids. They have the best time of their life, but at the end of that experience, they take home friends that they will have for the rest of their life. Many of them, 20 years later, the people in their weddings are people that they met at camp when they were 8. So it makes a big difference.
Utility Supply, another company, Southeast Publications.
Absolutely, yep. We have many outside of just the RV industry that have stepped up.
In the campground
Yes,
sector.
yes, and we have new campgrounds outside of KOA. KOA has been so generous with including the entire camping industry now. Toby's actually spoke to groups outside of KOA.
Toby O'Rourke.
Toby O'Rourke from KOA, sorry, thank you, the president and CEO of KOA, has spoken to other campground owners and said, please join us in this cause. This isn't about us, this is about the kids. And it's really just, it's a wonderful thing to see the entire industry unite together under one common cause. And I think one of the coolest things about KOA's commitment is that every single one of the RV partners that joins, every other campground that joins, KOA is actually paying 100% of any administrative costs for the charity, so that every single dollar that's raised or donated for Care Camps actually goes directly to helping the kids, which is a big deal.
You know, it's interesting. It used to be called KOA Care Camps. Many of us were used to using that term.
Yeah.
Then KOA, then you go to the just Care Camps to spread your wings, so to speak, and reach more donors.
Yeah, it was one of those things. KOA didn't want the name getting in the way of companies giving and other campgrounds getting involved, and so we just switched to the actual original Care Camps name. That was the original name of the charity. We went back to that, and it just makes things a little easier to explain that it's an entire. This is a team effort. This isn't just one company. KOA is still such a wonderful support.
And the #1 donor.
And still the #1 donor, absolutely.
So anyway, what does bring you to the industry capital of Elkhart?
Well, you, of course. It has to be you. It's always Sherman.
Yes, it is.
It's always Sherman.
Yes, it is.
So one of the primary things I'm here for is to support the RV Women's Alliance, and they're a big event. They're Drab to Fab Reveal. We love being a part of that. Their attitude is just one of collaboration, and we want to be here to support them and all the leadership that is behind that amazing coalition of women. And then we're meeting with lots of potential supporters as well, which is really amazing, and trying to grow some new relationships. So,
anyone who watches this and is reminded of Care Camps, what can they do to get involved?
Thank you. Super great question. We would love to have. Of course, you can write a check, and that's a simple thing. But if you are an RV dealer, if you're a supplier, if you're a manufacturer, and you want to support an amazing cause that gives back directly to kids in your communities and all across the country where your customers are, there are many ways you can get involved that actually don't cost your company anything. So I would just ask for you to reach out to me, and we try and customize our partnerships to benefit a company. But there's some really great evidence that shows that if you support a great cause and market that well, it increases your sales, it increases your profit margin, it increases your employee retention and your attraction of the best workforce, which right now I think is a challenge for a lot of folks in every industry. So
and your
hopefully we can help.
And your karma in general.
And your karma. I mean, you're going to go to heaven, right? Just kidding. No, just kidding.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Jennifer.
Sherman.
We
Thanks.
really do appreciate it. And thank you.